Let's be honest. Most people trying to learn English are stuck. They use flashcards, grammar books, or apps that promise fluency in 30 days. But nothing really sticks, right? That's because real language doesn't come from memorizing, it comes from feeling. One of the most powerful and natural ways to learn English is through stories. Stories help you think in English, not just translate. They build emotion, memory, and real understanding. Today's story is simple, powerful, and full of useful language and context. So let's jump into it. Tom stepped into the elevator on a Monday morning. His head was full of numbers, meetings, and stress. He pressed the button for the 21st floor and leaned back, ready for another long day. The office building was quiet, and the air smelled faintly of coffee and paper. Just before the doors closed, a woman entered. She carried a canvas bag and wore running shoes. She looked calm, maybe too calm for a Monday. No words were exchanged. They both nodded politely and stared ahead like strangers do. The elevator started moving. Floor 3. Floor 4. Then suddenly stopped. The lights flickered. Then silence. Tom blinked. He pressed the emergency button. No sound. He pulled out his phone. No signal. No Wi-Fi. The woman pulled out hers. Same result. She looked at him briefly, then calmly sat down on the elevator floor. She opened her canvas bag and took out a book. Not a phone, not a laptop, a book. She began reading. At first, Tom felt frustrated. Powerless. He paced. He tapped the walls. He muttered to himself. Minutes passed. 10. 15. Nothing. The elevator didn't move. Finally, Tom sighed and sat down too. He leaned against the metal wall and closed his eyes. Time passed slowly. The woman offered him gum. He took it. They didn't speak, but something shifted. The silence became less heavy. Tom started to breathe slower. His mind, usually racing, began to quiet. He noticed her shoelace was undone. She fixed it without stress. He watched her turn pages slowly, carefully. She was completely present. They stretched their legs. She gave him a cereal bar. He nodded in thanks. Still no words. But a rhythm formed. He felt connected somehow. Not in a big way, just human. An hour passed. Then 2. The elevator felt warmer. They had both removed their jackets. Tom looked at the emergency hatch above. He thought about climbing. But something told him to wait. Suddenly, with a jolt, the elevator moved. Slowly. It stopped at the 15th floor. The doors opened. They both stood up. She smiled. He smiled back. She stepped out first, turned around, and gave him a small wave. Tom didn't even know her name. But somehow that didn't matter. He never made it to the meeting. But that moment, those quiet hours, stayed with him. Something in him had changed. The world felt a little slower. And that felt okay. Let's unpack what just happened. You just learned vocabulary like a canvas bag, did leaned back, de powerless, and phrases like just before the doors closed, or he felt lighter. And more importantly, you saw how language works in a real situation, not a grammar table. That's the power of stories. You remember what Tom felt. You picture the scene. And the English sticks? We post a new story every single day to help you improve your English the natural way. So if you found this helpful, like the video, subscribe, and share it with someone learning English. And tell us in the comments, what would you do if you were stuck in an elevator? See you in the next one.